Okay, so I had a little bit of an issue with some blackbeard algae breaking out, and it was due to using the Sea Chem's discus buffer. As you can see, my golden albino is trying to get into the picture right now, and due to the lighting and the buffer, the blackbeard algae decided that it was going to go ahead and come out and try to start causing me some real problems. So I went ahead and went back to the local fish store and I picked up a few of these. Now these are Siamese algae eaters, and they are the only algae eater that I know of that eats blackbeard algae. And I've had these for one day, and as you can see, they are already getting a hold of the blackbeard algae that is on the leaves. When I went to the local fish store, what's important, I think, to remember is that Siamese algae eaters are often confused with flying foxes, and that is exactly what my local fish store had them marked down as. He had them marked down as flying foxes. And I went to the guy who was in the fish area, and I let him know. I said, hey, I think that you have these fish misidentified. And he said, well, whatever we get them in as from our vendor, that's what we mark them down as. And an easy way to tell a Siamese algae eater from a flying fox is that the Siamese algae eater, when they're this small, it's hard to see the black on the back of every single scale. It's very hard to see that, and it's also hard to tell the difference with the marking, the gold on the back. The Siamese algae eater and the flying fox, they can both really kind of show the same style of markings, but the flying fox has black fins, and that's black on the front, the dorsal fins. The flying fox has a lot of black on it, whereas the Siamese algae eater does not. And it's important to note that the flying fox does not eat blackbeard algae. The Siamese algae eater can withstand the type of water temperatures and water parameters that a discus does. So if you enjoy keeping discus in a planted tank, or if you just want to have a good worker to clean up your blackbeard algae, then it's probably a great idea to get you 3 of these. Now it's important to note that the Siamese algae eater is a social fish, and if you have them alone, they can become territorial with other fish. It's not good to have them alone or with just one other. If you get them in 3s, then they will be social and will usually just kind of tend to themselves. They are in the same family as the roseline shark, also, which I have 3 in my tank, and of course with the flying fox. So if you want to get yourself a good algae eater that is going to take care of some blackbeard algae, then go ahead and get you some of these Siamese algae eaters. Just make sure that what you're buying is in fact a Siamese algae eater and not a flying fox. They are all in the same family. Again, the roseline shark, the flying fox, and the Siamese algae eater, and they all do look very, very similar, especially when they're young. So a good way to tell, remember, the fins should be clear. So you need some help with some blackbeard algae, I would recommend the Siamese algae eater.